To survive on Earth, animals must have keen senses. Sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Humans have the same senses. So if it came down to survival, how would we measure up? Could we spot prey like an eagle? Sniff out water across the savannah? Or pick up a squeak that can tell the difference between friend and foe? It's a showdown of the senses. Animals versus humans. Behold the bald eagle, rock star of the skies. He's beautiful and imposing, an American icon. He's watching, waiting for the right moment to swoop. Nothing gets past the sharp eyes of this bird of prey. People have pretty good sight too. But can we see eye to eye with eagles? There's an immediate similarity. Human and eagle eyes are about the same size, even though people are much bigger creatures. Eagles have the largest eyes relative to body size of any animal on Earth. Humans and eagles both have 3D vision. The brain combines slightly different images from both eyes to create a three-dimensional view. This binocular vision helps with depth perception, which is essential for hunting. Human and eagle eyes are so similar because they share a common origin. The basic structure of human and eagle eyes evolved 500 million years ago in fish. Essentially, fish eyes are rounded organs that rotate in sockets. Millions of years ago, fish developed retinas, the part of the eye on which light is projected. Next came the lens, a transparent disc that can change shape to focus that light. Fish also pass down irises and pupils. They are the vision keyholes that widen or narrow to bring in light. Birds and human eyes all have these same basic structural elements. They both have photoreceptors, specialized cells in the retina called rods and cones. The rods are used for seeing movement and shapes and require little light. Because of this, they're very useful for night vision. Humans inherited a large amount of rods from their nocturnal primate ancestors, like these lemurs. They see well in the dark. Eagles and most other birds are entirely diurnal, daytime hunters. They have relatively few rods, so they can't see well at night. Therefore, at night, humans see better. But during the day, eagles have an advantage because they have more cones. These are the cells that detect color. Humans can see 10 million colors because we only have 3 types of cones in the retina. But bald eagles kept the full complement of 4 types of cones they inherited from fish. As a result, they see a wider spectrum of color than people, even ultraviolet light. And that's not all. The average human has 120 million cones and rods in each eye, but eagles have hundreds of millions. The bald eagle, like the average bird of prey, can see more color more clearly than any other animal on Earth, including Homo sapiens. Eyes are a boon for hunters, whether searching for a photograph or food. A human with 20/20 vision can see up to 300 meters away. But eagles can see up to 3 kilometers away. Part of the reason eagles can see such a distance is that their eyes are like telescopes. Their lens is flatter than a human's and located further away from the retina, so they have a longer focal length and see a bigger image. Their pupils are bigger, allowing more light and a sharper image on the retina. And on top of all of that, they see a wider range. Humans have 180-degree peripheral vision. Eagles have 270-degree peripheral vision. That's because their eyes are angled slightly outward. Compared to humans, eagles see more colors in more directions at a greater distance and more clearly. In this interspecies eye test, they beat humans talons down. Having the most powerful eyes in the sky improves the eagle's odds of survival. But elephants can make things out kilometers away with their eyes shut. They have a sense of smell that stands out as much as the creatures themselves. Elephants are the largest land animals on Earth, weighing as much as a school bus and towering over 2.5 meters. They dwarf humans. Despite the amazing difference in size, human and elephant noses work the same way. They inhale airborne chemicals and analyze the chemoreceptors. The brain then interprets that information to figure out just what is being smelled. But there are a few things that make elephant noses unique. It helps that, like everything else, an elephant's trunk is supersized. It extends to almost 2 meters. A human nose does just one thing: smell. Trunks do a lot more. An elephant's trunk can turn in any direction and act like a hand to touch and pick things up. There are more than 100,000 muscles in that roving snout. They can also use their trunks to forage, knock down and haul trees, and interact with the other members of the herd. They smell the air and earth for both opportunity and risk. To survive, these giant vegetarians need more than 90 kilograms of food a day. Finding food and water is one of the major reasons they've evolved such a good sense of smell. While people have to lift a glass of wine to their nose to smell it, elephants can pick up the scent of water from several kilometers away. Their sense of smell is keener than a bloodhound's. They have millions more scent receptors than a dog. Not only that, but they have 2,000 genes dedicated solely to their sense of smell. Humans have merely 400 genes dedicated to this process, 5 times fewer than an elephant. It may seem like a shortage, but we humans can still pick up to 1 trillion different smells. What makes the elephant's sense of smell superior is their ability to detect smaller traces of chemicals and pinpoint the different chemicals that make up each smell. Instead of picking up the fragrant smell of a bowl of spaghetti, elephants are able to tell the exact amount of oregano, basil, salt, and pepper used in it. Elephants can pick up smells from the ground and place them in their mouths. Inside that mouth is something else humans don't have: a Jacobson's organ, a mini chemistry lab that analyzes pheromones and sends them to the brain for identification. As humans' primate ancestors moved into trees and became diurnal, they lost the Jacobson's organ. Sight became more important than smell because it was easier to see colorful fruit from afar than to smell it. Not so for elephants. Thanks to that pheromone filter, they can actually smell love in the air. Behind each of their eyes, elephants have a gland that secretes an oily substance once a year when they're ready to mate. An elephant perfume. Smell is equally important at other times of the year, when elephants secrete a different smell called must. Not to be confused with fragrant musk, which humans and deer find arousing, must is a signal to stay away, not come hither. It's a scent of aggression. Like all social mammals, elephants use their extraordinary sense of smell not just to find mates, but to identify friend and foe. They say an elephant never forgets. They can hold affection or grudges for a lifetime of 70 years or more. Smell is a big reason why. The pungent scent of urine and other bodily waste is one way they identify one another. Researchers have seen elephants identify the smell of their mother's urine after 27 years of separation. African elephants can also identify humans by smell. They've been shown to flee when they smell Maasai tribesmen. The elephants have good reason to be afraid. Tribal tradition includes spearing elephants as a show of strength. These plant-eating giants may not have spears to fight back, but their sense of smell gives them a heads-up to danger, so they can get out of the way. Their amazing sense of smell has helped them survive for 80 million years. Just like elephants, catfish are a massive evolutionary success story. They've survived for over 60 million years. Almost 3,000 species of catfish swim on every continent except Antarctica, and fossil records show they swam there once before. They're so dominant that 1 in every 4 freshwater fish is a catfish. They are an easy and delicious target for anglers. But as tasty as catfish are, there's one sense in which these slippery swimmers have got humans licked. And that's taste itself. The average human tongue has about 5,000 taste buds. But that taste bud tally can't compare to the catfish. Even a 15-centimeter catfish has at least 250,000 taste buds. The granddaddies, who live up to 60 years and can weigh almost 300 kilograms, have more than 1 million. How do they fit all those taste buds in their mouth? Well, they don't. They have taste buds all over their bodies. A quality which has earned them a reputation as swimming tongues. Every square centimeter of a catfish's sleek, scale-free body contains 6 times as many taste buds as people have in their mouths. While humans can't start tasting things till they start eating, catfish are tasting everything all the time, even things they aren't actually touching. That's a definite boon in murky waters. Taste evolved for both humans and catfish as a survival mechanism. It's a way to pick up chemical signals, a form of chemoreception, like smell. In fact, the two senses, smell and taste, are intertwined. Remove the sense of smell in a person or a fish, and taste is impaired. Taste tells humans what's truly good to eat, meaning what's safe and nourishing. It's linked to the brain and nervous system, setting off responses like saliva production. Primates, our tree-dwelling ancestors, had simple tongues that could detect two flavors, sweet and sour. That's useful if the main source of food available is fruit. Sweet, ripe fruits are easily digestible, calorie-rich energy boosters. Mildly sour fruits like citrus contain vitamin C, an essential nutrient. And if a fruit is too sour, it usually means it's inedible. A move down from trees and into savannas greatly expanded food choices, including a wider buffet of meat to eat. So primates' tongues got more complex, with taste buds that could pick up the flavor of protein as well as bitterness, food that's gone bad. They also developed a taste for salty things, a way to acquire minerals essential for healthy bodily function. People today still have the same keen sense of sour as the early hominids. Catfish have that sensitivity too, but it far surpasses that of humans. Their hypersensitivity to acid helps them find their prey. When tiny aquatic creatures breathe, it increases acidity in the surrounding water, sometimes by minuscule amounts. The catfish's whiskers are pH detectors, helping them measure the acidity nearby. They swing into action when the pH in surrounding water drops by even a tenth. When that happens, catfish sense acid levels increasing, a signal that tasty, live morsels are nearby. Thanks to the taste buds covering their bodies, they can also tell where the taste is coming from and narrow in on their prey. As carnivores, both catfish and humans taste the chemical signals of protein. In humans, it's called umami, the satisfying taste of cooked or fermented animal products like meat or dairy, protein-rich foods. Protein is the building block of all life, and amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Catfish are sensitive enough to taste amino acids in the water, a sign of protein ahead. They can detect 1 part amino acid in up to 100 million parts of water. That's some heavy-duty protein detection at work. Taste and smell are the way animals sense chemicals in their environment. But for many animals, sensing vibrations is just as important. Rodents are some of nature's great listeners. Like humans, hearing helps them to communicate and avoid danger. Rodents and humans share the same ear structure and the ability to pinpoint the source of a sound. But these four-legged pipsqueaks can hear higher frequencies much better than most other animals. Their hearing range is immense. People can hear frequencies as low as 20 hertz and as high as 20,000 hertz. Frequencies above that upper limit of human hearing are called ultrasound. Dogs can hear ultrasound up to 45,000 hertz. That's just mid-range for rats, who can make out frequencies in the 90,000 hertz range. Cats are rats' real competition and threat. These predators can hear both human range sounds as low as 45 kilohertz and rat vocalizations as high as 78 kilohertz. Cats can also turn their ears around like a satellite dish to figure out where sound is coming from. In an evolutionary arms race, rats developed ultrasonic communications to avoid detection. Cats developed ultrasonic hearing to tap in. When rats are stressed, they squeal at 20,000 hertz. Infant rats howl at 50,000 hertz, drawing moms back to the nest. They also make high-pitched squeaks when they're having fun, like during play or sex. Scientists have even discovered rats chirp when tickled. Even though the sounds humans and rats can make and make out are different, the mechanics of hearing are the same. That's because hearing is largely a mechanical process, unlike smell and taste, which are chemical. Hearing requires an ability to pick up physical vibrations or sound waves in the environment. The earliest amphibians were the first animals to evolve ears specialized in hearing vibrations in the air. Mammals evolved highly complex ears, involving thousands of sensitive parts that have to work together. In both rats and humans, air vibrations, sound waves, are funneled into the ears. The sound waves then hit the eardrum, which resonates like a real drum. This creates vibrations that travel down a chain of bones into the inner ear. The inner ear is filled with fluid, and vibrations in the fluid are picked up by little hairs and turned into nerve impulses that go to the brain to be analyzed. This system is so effective that the human ear can detect a minuscule vibration in the air 1/10 of the size of a typical atom. Highly tuned hairs in the inner ear give rodents the advantage of ultrasonic hearing. But humans are better at figuring out where the sound is coming from. That's because humans' ears are separated by relatively big heads. When one ear picks up a sound faster than the other, the brain uses the time delay to determine which side of the head the sound is coming from. Rodents have much smaller heads, so sound gets to their ears almost simultaneously, making it harder to locate the source. So rodents need to watch out. Even if they hear a cat coming, by the time they see it, it could be too late. Creatures of the air, land, and sea thrive thanks in part to their well-developed senses. People may share sight, smell, hearing, and taste with animals, but their differences mean we each experience the same world in vastly different ways. Humans appear to be masters of the planet, but animals have us beat in almost every sense.